I'll do the introduction. All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of the Breath Mint Podcast. This is Bucci. I'm here with Will and John.
What up? What up?
What's going on?
Yeah. Thank y'all for coming back and listening. Today, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to talk about relationships.
Hey.
So, all right. So my first question to all of y'all is, what's your current relationship status?
I think everyone in this damn room is single, so let's rock with that first. John, do you want to care to elaborate as to your
my
status?
current relationship status is single, but I'm married to the money. No,
Where?
oh yeah, I know, right? Just been chasing it. She's just been avoiding me. Like,
You got a quick divorce.
I know.
So what? So why are you single, John?
The question: why am I single? It's a lot. At this point in my life, as opposed to other parts of my life, right now, I'm single by choice. And the reason for that is
Your choice or their choice?
No, it's actually my choice at this point. And the reason for that is, like, right now, I'm at another transition in my life, and it's left me kind of financially crippled. Mm-hmm. And also, emotionally, I went through something about 2.5 years ago now that I'm still kind of recovering from. And even though I've tried in the past to have relationships, it just doesn't work out because I'm not, fully healed. So once I realized that maybe I need to be single. So I've chosen to be single. Yes, I'd still do entertain women.
You a clown?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You haha kind of nigga, bro?
Shit happens.
You
know?
haha dude?
Nah. Well, I mean, yes, I love women. I can't not even like
Double negatives now?
do
I
anything.
can't not?
Son,
sorry,
come
go
on,
ahead. I'm sorry.
public school education. But yeah, like public school education. Nah, but like I can't like not talk to women just because I gotta talk to them. I gotta be around them still. So I do that. But like I kind of let them know like, hey, I'm still figuring myself out right now. I can't fully focus on the relationship. So if you're trying to have some fun, we could do that. But I got goals and stuff that I need to achieve.
Define fun.
Define fun?
Yeah, define. Like, what kind of fun are you trying to have that you're willing to offer these women?
We could play hopscotch. We could play.
That's what you put in your Tinder profile?
Yeah. Play PlayStation. Nah. We are doing, but fun. Like, if you want to go out, go out once in a while, have a good time. You want to catch a movie, you want to, if we find each other attractive, you want to engage in sexual activity,
Just talk freely. All this.
I am talking freely. I'm keeping it real right now.
Sexual activity.
Shut the fuck up and let me talk. If you want to engage in sexual activity, if you want somebody to chill with, but you don't want to take it too seriously, I'm your guy as of right now. But if you want a relationship, I'm not your guy.
You sound
right
like Bow right now. I want a woman that's around me all the time to go see movies, have dinner with, but not date me.
I want my cake and I want to eat it too right now.
So you want a relationship but not a relationship.
Yep, I want to have my cake and eat it too.
So I don't get how that, like, I still think you're not single. You just, what is it that you don't want to commit to one person or what?
I don't want to commit because I don't want to commit because I wouldn't be able to focus. If I'm just having fun with you, I don't have to focus on you because I don't have to check in on you. You don't have to check in on me because there's going to be times where I might not call you 2-3 days just because I'm just on my own thing. And if in a relationship, you can't do that.
So answer me this then. So in the past, when you've not received calls within a certain time period, how have you reacted?
I was pissed. That was the old me, No,
I'm not. I'm not trying to like dive that deep into it. Mm-hmm. But then, how are you expecting someone to not catch feelings for you or be in the moment when you want to go see a movie, you want to go to dinner, you want to have those like intimate meetings? but then not date somebody?
Well, that's why, I try to let them know in the beginning, I try my best. Sometimes it doesn't only work like that because, sometimes that drives the women away. They're like, I'm not, because what's that, the big sign? It's a big red flag, fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I want to wave that flag.
By the way, John has a fuckboy haircut right now as he says that he's not a fuckboy.
I'm not trying to be a fuckboy, but I'm just trying to keep it real, When I'm ready to date, I want to bring more than what I can right now to the table. And that's the thing. I've told women that. I've had the talks.
So question for, both of y'all, but it kind of relates to what you just said. Mm-hmm. I've heard people say that in the past, and it's always made me wonder, why do you feel like you need to be perfect before you find your significant other? Like, why is it that you have to wait until you're perfect?
I don't want to...
Maybe not perfect. Maybe perfect is the wrong word. Like, why do you need to be in a really, really good place before? Like, because I feel like you learn so much from being in a relationship with someone, and you become a better person for being in a relationship with someone. And like studies show that people who are in relationships they're happier, they're more like well socialized, they don't feel lonely, they have less mental issues. Why do you need to go about it alone until you feel like you're in that better place?
Because at this day and age, just from the talks I had, like, I guess a lot of women these days just don't want to build men up no more for some reason. There are women out there that want to do that, but I've run into a lot of women that just say like they want somebody who's financially stable, who got their shit together, and then they also want the end product, almost. And like, I kind of disagree and agree with it at the same time, but just personally, me, just how I am, I personally just want to be at, a certain level before I be in a relationship. It may not be the right way. Maybe it might be cool to like build with somebody, but like I feel like I want to be at least a quarter, 3/4 of the way before I get into a serious, lasting relationship. Just for the fact I want to be able to establish from day one that I could take care of you, I could provide for you, and I could, I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? Because like in this day and age, you gotta be a man. Because these women more independent, they're doing things on their own. If you're not up to par, they're not gonna take you seriously. That's how I feel personally.
I have different opinions on that personally. So for starters, for me personally, I don't feel like I have to be necessarily in the best. Okay, so mentally, obviously, you want to be in the right space, in the right frame of mind when you're dating anybody, man, woman, whatever. Mentally is one thing. Financially and all that, I think, comes with how you're comfortable you are. Me personally, I could be down with nothing, but I'm still going to try and talk to someone who has something. Not because they can do more for me, but because it's going to inspire me to want to do more for myself. It's going to push me to a new level to, like, get there, and vice versa. So, like, I don't mind talking to someone or dating someone with less than, because I feel like I should be able to motivate them to do more. Mm-hmm. I think in relationships, you should want to be with someone that can build you up. I know you're saying, like, before you said, like, nowadays it's like women don't build the man up, whatever, but I think it goes both ways. I think you have to build each other up. One of my relationships in college, I never thought about having a job in college, really, up until I met my ex-girlfriend in college, where we both worked and went to school and still maintained our relationship for 2 years, or close to 2 years, however long it was. And it made me stronger and better the entire time. My relationship in high school was kind of similar in that, where I knew she would want to do bigger and better things. Actually, as I got older, and I didn't understand it then, but as I started getting older and became friends after dating, she always like would text me random things, but that would keep me in check. Why are you out partying now when you should be home studying your test tomorrow? Stuff like that like pushed me forward to do better and do more. Hence why, not always why, but a piece of why I'm still striving to do more now, because I see them doing such great things, and it makes me want to do great things as well to kind of better myself, I think. And I think when you do that for yourself, you meet the right person. Mm-hmm. And those things come hand in hand.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Will. I think I can look back at the relationships that I've been in and think about the person that I was before and after those relationships. And I have always become a better person. And I know that a lot of it is attributed directly to those wonderful people that I had the opportunity to date, to get to know, to learn from, to learn about. I think relationships are like a journey, and it's like, how do I go through life becoming a better person? I know that, just like in general, like y'all are my friends. Y'all help me get through life. Y'all, you check me when I need to. You give me advice when I need to. You're there to support me when I need to. My family members, they do the same thing for me. And it's nice to also have like that significant other that I can also lean on, that I can talk to every day, that I can text, that I can celebrate the big things and the little things with. I think that's really important for me in my journey into life. And I'm almost 30, and I feel like I haven't accomplished anything yet, and having those relationships, they help sort of reassure me that like, hey, yes, you have done this. You have gotten your undergraduate. You have gotten your MBA. You did go to a really good school. So like, it was the people that I was in the relationships with that encouraged me to apply to business school in the first place, encouraged me to apply for these jobs. So I definitely view relationships as like critically important for me, no matter where I am in life, no matter if I feel like I am the most successful version of myself or not.
I agree. Like I 100% agree with that. Like I think as you get older and you experience different relationships, whatever, you have like those periods where you may meet the wrong person. You have some trauma through relationships, whatever, and it's a bad breakup or whatever. But it's what you learned from that situation that helps you move forward. Like I can honestly say, and as you all know, I'm friends with damn it anybody, everybody that I ever dated, been with, whatever. I'm cool with everybody.
I don't know.
You more than cool, everybody.
I'm just cool with everybody. I can talk to everyone freely. I can text freely, FaceTime, whatever. Go to weddings, which I've been to a couple of few of them now.
80% of my exes have blocked me.
Yeah, I'll be damned.
I'm on the block list.
But like the reason being is because I think what was established during that time period, no matter how long, how short, was the overall connection. The overall of like, I was real with you for as long as we were together, and vice versa. Like we were real with one another and got the most we could out of each other. And had that bond for that moment, and that's what makes it a long-lasting relationship and a long-lasting bond and friendship. I don't know.
It's based on experience, because like just in my experience, I felt like now, like from before, I feel like even if I was more in a certain position back then, I feel like those relationships would have been that much better than if I me struggling and doing whatever I was doing. And especially just now, I just feel like, in just my personal, I feel like for me to be in a successful relationship, I'm going to have to, be at that certain level. Just me personally, like, yeah, maybe it might be cool too, just like even if I meet someone right now and, they build me, that's cool, but I just would rather prefer to have something to the table. So
let me ask you this then. Do you think things would be different had your first real girlfriend turned out differently in college, freshman year specifically? I think that one person, for me watching you, was a big turning point in a lot of the way you viewed things after that.
Well, you think that situation?
I think it shifted the way you viewed not necessarily women as a whole, but your bonds with women in terms of building a relationship and building that kind of that thing with them. Because at that moment, you were still like trying to figure out who John was, what John likes, what John doesn't like, and then, for lack of better words and phrasing, you got kind of shitted on and played out a little bit, and then that ended up translating itself into and manifesting itself into later relationships you had with people that could have been great for you, but then you ended up kind of souring it almost to an extent because of that past trauma of the first person.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, my past trauma has leaked into other relationships and somehow blackened those relationships. And honestly, I don't know, like that's like something that's like a thing I have to work on. And I think as of right now, it's starting to get better. Like I'm starting to like be more conscious of the fact that, all right, I had previous traumas, but I need to really to disconnect that from my future relationships.
Gotcha.
But it's definitely not an overnight process. Like,
Oh God, no.
I'm still struggling with it, and it, like, especially the last one, from that certain woman.
Yeah.
That one, it's been 2 years now. It's been mad long.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
And I'm still struggling to, like, convince myself that, yes, I could feel for a woman more than at a certain level. Because for a certain amount of time, I felt like I could talk to a girl, but after a certain level, like, I could only like them to a certain level. Even if they liked me, end up liking me more because I just wasn't emotionally available.
So can I?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to you next, actually, because you also clearly have had a few relationships with everything like that. So how do you feel, I guess with what John is saying, and do you relate to any of that in terms of getting over someone or being able to reconnect with someone after the fact of a bad breakup?
Yeah, so I mean that's exactly what I was going to touch on.
Oh, perfect.
I think it's unhealthy to assume that the things that went wrong in the last relationship will automatically also go wrong in the next relationship. I know it's like the natural tendency. Like I know, let's say if I have a pet peeve of someone I'm sharing a bed with, if she stays up late, then I'm gonna get mad at the next person because I'm like, she's already gonna stay up late. This is a stupid example, but I'm just using for an example. I think it's really difficult to say to yourself that this relationship is not the last one. What I've been trying to do is to take the lessons that I've learned and apply it to the next relationship so I can be a better version of myself. But I'm not going to assume that the person that I'm dating is automatically going to do the things that I didn't like in that last relationship. To answer the second part of your question in terms of like moving on and all of that stuff, I am not good with ending relationships. Like when I meet someone and I connect with that person, I want to be in her life forever. And
Same here.
the way that I've had to move on from a relationship is to stop communicating with that person because I form really strong emotional connections with people, and I think that like in order for me to unform those strong connections, I need to get them out of my life, because if they stay in my life, then we're still gonna have that connection, and I can pretend that it's something else, but it will always be that. So my question to both of y'all is, do you think it's possible to have a platonic friendship with someone who is your ex?
I think it's impossible.
I think it's very possible. I'm a living proof of it.
I mean, I do have there's one ex that I do, stay in touch with. I don't even know if we want to call it a friendship or just kind of like, I just still care about her, so I check up on her every now and then. But I don't have like any like friendships like, oh yeah, let's go hang out at, Starbucks or something like that, like kind of friendship, or let's go see a movie, or let's go come to my house and chill. That kind of friendship, I don't think, just for me, can exist, just because, especially after a breakup, and like, I feel like some old feelings may come back. It's like, I feel like it gets sticky.
I disagree. I mean, for me, like I said, I guess again, you guys know, like I'm friends with all my exes, whatever, but we don't hook up. It's been 10 years with a couple of them, 10 plus years. Don't hook up. It's not even a thought. Maybe a joke here and there, but like it's nothing more than that. We're able to go out, see movies, get lunch, dinner, whatever, talk about new people we're dating, new things in life, and move on.
I can think of one example that I believe that's not the case for you. You absolutely have hooked up with an ex that you've called a friend.
He's like,
oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold on. So aside from that particular one, however, are others. That particular one, they're just unresolved things going on still, and that's the reason why. However, with anyone else, it's been pretty consistent with no sex or anything.
It also depends on the dynamic of the relationship. Like your high school relationship, like of course I could be friends now. I mean, but then like the one where it was like there was some serious, like, can you really be friends with that one? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's possible. I think people get in that whole mindset of like,
But just like in your situation though, like with all your exes, like how many of those exes was like some of those were like just your relationships, and some of those were relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
also like in terms of like that, if we're gonna go
Yeah.
that route, I only have 3 actual titled girlfriends, 3, and one which is the mother of my child. So we're forever attached.
yeah,
Good, bad,
different
good, bad, or worse. Totally different story.
yeah.
First girlfriend in high school, she just got engaged like 2 days ago, and we're cool enough to where I was able to call her and be like, "Hey, congrats!" Hopefully I get invited. Doubt I will, because the guy's not my biggest fan. But we've been platonic since '09.
Can I ask why is the current fiance of your high school girlfriend not a big fan of you?
Honestly, I've only met him one time, and I couldn't even tell you. It's
Take a guess.
because I'm an ex. Other than that, I ain't got a damn clue. But probably because I'm better looking, better body. I don't know.
All right, well, the model. John, why do you think his high school girlfriend's fiance doesn't like him? We all know why. I just need somebody to say it.
Yeah, I think that he thinks that probably you could still, at any moment, smash. I don't know. Like, I feel like he just feels you as a threat, and maybe just throughout the years of hearing you and her, like, have this weird history, and, like, I feel like you could probably still hook up. And I think he kind of senses that, and that's why he doesn't like you around, because it's a threat to his relationship.
Yeah, I don't feel like Will is being very honest in saying that he can be friends with his ex. Because if you can be
that's
friends
what I'm
with
telling you. That's what I was saying. Some of those exes, it's the relation, the dynamics of the relationship is different. So you could be friends, but at any given point, it only takes
We've
a finger snap.
True, but we've had opportunities and nothing.
Nothing.
No, been in bars together, drinking. See you later. You go your way, I go my way. But that's just me. Like I said, I think it's different because of everybody else and different dynamics.
With me, I'm kind of like Bucci. Like, I get really emotionally. When there's one that I really connect with, I'm just like involved emotionally, and it's very hard for me to imagine a relationship outside of an actual intimate relationship.
Well, then do you feel like, for both of you, do you feel like it's actually then like being in love at that point then? Like for me, I feel like when people always say like, oh, you weren't in love if you can be friends with them again. For me, it's going to be opposite. For me, it's going to be opposite because, as you said earlier, Bucci, is like, you want them in your life forever at that point. I'm very upfront with them from the jump. If we reach a certain point, I don't want to have to let this go. So I want to be friends. I want to maintain that foundation we had before we dated. So once it's all said and done, if it goes that route and we break up, I want to maintain some level of friendship where I can communicate with you freely. I can't imagine losing contact with my exes personally.
I think you want to maintain a backdoor entry up into the booty.
Hell yeah.
If I could, sure, but nah. It's mostly about the fact that like I'm not an open person. I don't open up very often. So when I do, it's typically to a girlfriend. So they know things about me that nobody, yourselves, my mother, sister, nobody know. And that's what keeps me there, and vice versa. Like I know things about them that, because typically for some reason I date girls that are very closed off too. So when they open up, it's a very new thing for them as well. So when you have that moment of like talking freely and open, honest discussions, you want to maintain that with somebody and have that person to that shoulder to cry on, so to say.
When you cross over to the love category, love is.
Well, then
love is an alien planet.
But then why else would you date? Why else would you date somebody if you're not feeling that level?
Well, yeah, I know you want that love, but I'm saying once you guys break up and you guys loved each other, it's like it gets. It just gets hairy. There's some people can they could keep friends, but like I don't think it's a majority because like
oh God no.
It's definitely like it's just hard. You love that person, you shared everything with that person, and then like you guys aren't together at that capacity anymore.
Like, so why would you want to lose that? Not necessarily
why would you want to lose,
the full bond,
it may
but
not
like
be
some
mentally
bond.
healthy for you because some people can't handle it.
That's my thing.
True.
I think a lot of people who remain friends with their exes have very unhealthy friendships where they cross boundaries that you shouldn't with your friends.
I don't believe that.
That's a different kind of mental strength. You have a certain mental strength that some people don't have, or
Possibly.
even in your exes too. We don't know what your exes are feeling, but like
I can tell you what they feel because like I said, we have open and honest discussions. So
Yeah, some people just
when feelings do arise, it's always like a discussion of like, all right, let's pull back for a minute or reevaluate and see like maybe we should think about this, maybe not, like how things should go from that point forward. But it's never a point where it's like, I feel this way, I'm gonna go full speed ahead and get it and make it happen for us. It's always like a discussion prior to, which is what keeps us very level headed and keeps us moving in a positive direction, no matter which way we go.
Well, I think in my case, I'm just not. I have mental strength, but in that certain area, I've always say like with women and stuff, I'm a little weak when it comes to, ending stuff, and like I don't have the mental strength to be friends with you and not like want to try to get back to where we was, So, complete cutoff is probably like the better thing for me.
Yeah, I'm probably closer to John on this one, just because I have healthy platonic friendships with women, and
All women, because you've dabbled in the pie a little bit here and there.
I don't dabble.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't dabble. I have healthy platonic friendships, generally, but
Okay. Yeah, thank you for being somewhat honest.
but no, I do think that I don't have the capacity of having healthy friendships with people that I used to date, and we can be cool, we can be social media friends, we can like each other's pictures, we can congratulate each other, but I think that's the extent. Like my platonic friends, like Will said, I call them all the time. Well, I call them, I need to call my friends more. I call them, I reach out to them, I celebrate life with them. I really can't do that with my exes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut a little short today, but this was a good episode, good conversation. We'll definitely be talking more about relationships in the future.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thank you for listening to the Breathman podcast.
And ladies, I'm single.
Yeah, we're all
Yes.
single as fuck.
Single as hell.
But don't be in my DMs right at the moment. They're kind of full. So,
You flood my DMs. Yes.
Unless you are super, super hot, got some black woman, green eyes,
Will, shut up. No.
5'5" and under.